Hello,
Hello, Juan. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late, Juan. I had some students that were late or had issues, so it put me back some
I
minutes.
I was losing my faith.
Ah, you were losing hope. Juan, you look freshly cut. Did you cut your hair?
Thank you. I
It
yeah,
looks very
I cut
nice.
my hair and I took a shower.
Uh-huh. So you are fresh. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, of course. You are looking clean cut and sharp.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And I am in a different. I was losing hope. Okay, hope,
Yeah.
esperanza,
Yeah, I
Esper-
was losing. You can say faith
faith.
too, Juan. Both is okay. Faith
Okay.
is a sense of hope, right? Either
Mm-hmm.
one is fine, but maybe you will hear more often people saying, I was losing hope, right?
Okay. Where is the correct pronunciation for what word you said? Often. What is the correct pronunciation? Is often or often?
You will hear both, Juan.
Okay.
Uh, I mean, of course, the proper way to say it is to enunciate the T. It's like in Spanish, you
Mm-hmm.
lose words. Eventually, after time, you don't hear certain sounds because it starts to blend, right? You will often hear British people say often,
Mm-hmm.
often instead of often. Like English, we like to pronunciate, enunciate the T, and maybe in British English you don't hear the T so much often. So,
Okay.
but yeah, it's like in Spanish the same thing. Sometimes I hear words and they don't say the certain sounds because they've been saying it for so long, and it's normal, right? It's like they lose the syllables, their sounds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
I understand.
often.
But yeah, often is okay, or I need to say often.
Of course, it's better to enunciate your words, Juan, because you're a new speaker, right? You're learning the language. It's always good to enunciate your words. So to say often is good.
Often.
Is
Okay.
is a good way because then it's often sounds a little bit like slang, maybe a little informal, right? Not so
Okay.
formal. And when you say
Wow.
it often, yeah, it sounds better.
I didn't know. I say that word often often.
Often, yeah, yeah, often. It's this is why this is good practice, right, Juan? To keep
Mm-hmm.
making sure that your words are clear, because sometimes even when we speak very quickly, we lose enunciations, the way we say certain words, which is why we always encourage people, especially new learners of the language, to speak slowly so they can speak clearly, right, and hear every sound of the letters in each word.
Yeah. Uh, in your opinion, what accent around the world talking about English is the best, or we
For,
clearly,
for, for learning English,
yeah, for English learning.
I think it's hard to say, Juan, because when I hear, I mean, of course, everyone, when they learn their English, they have an accent, right? And you can tell where their accent comes from when they're speaking English. Most often, you can tell. Sometimes you can't, because for me, when people listen to my English, they think, "Where are you from?" Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't have a very American English, and I don't have a very like UK English. People wonder where I'm from, and that's because maybe I've lost my American English, or I never really had American English because I grew up in a Spanish household, but I don't have a Spanish accent in English. I have like in accent from all around the world because I've been all around the world. And so it's like that
Okay.
one. I think for me, when I hear German English, it's a little bit more clear because to me, German actually sounds a lot like English with an accent.
Okay.
So, for example, when we say good in English, they say good, right? They
Okay.
have like an accent, more of an
Mm-hmm.
accent. And so it sounds like English, but it's German. And so
Okay.
it's, yeah.
I will send two words.
Mm-hmm.
I will type for you two words.
Uh-huh.
Could you help me with that with the pronunciation?
Mm-hmm. So the first one is have. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Like
Okay.
I have a wife and three dogs, right? One, three
Mm-hmm.
dogs you have, right? One.
Yeah, I have three dogs.
Okay. I remember you had two, and then you had a third one. So I have, right? I have a wife and three dogs, for
Three
example.
dogs. Mm-hmm.
Hmm. And then the other word, half, with an F.
Half,
Half. Yeah.
half, and half.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay.
Like it will take me half an hour. It will take me
Okay.
to get to your
Because
home, right?
both words sounds like F, half,
Hmm.
and half.
This is why it's important to enunciate your words, right? Have and half.
Half.
Hmm. Yeah, so
Okay.
I have a wife and three dogs. It will take me half an hour to get to your house.
Maybe
An
that's
hour.
why I say often instead of
Hmm.
often. Yeah.
Yes.
In previous calls, I told you I am using Elsa Speak for pronunciation and the app. The
Hmm.
the app is how he told me or what word I need to use.
Okay.
La aplicación me dijo.
Yeah.
How you say
The
that?
like the trainer. You're saying Juan. What's the
Mhm.
word?
La aplicación,
Ah, the application. Yeah.
the
But
application
the trainer. Uh-huh.
told me,
Exactly.
told me. Uh, in this case, when you need to say the pronunciation of often, you need to say often. So that's why I asked before because
Yeah.
it's a little different. I
Yeah.
don't know why.
It's enunciating your words, right? Enunciate. Ah. Enunciate.
What do you think about my fluency, about my pronunciation, or I don't know? What is your opinion about my fluency? I'm better than I started, or I'm worse?
I think with your vocabulary words, you're definitely expanding, and your comfortability. So you being comfortable with the language is shown. You can see it. It's present. And so I think, of course, you've changed. I wouldn't know from the very beginning, Juan, but we've been together, I think, a few months now. Yeah, maybe some 6 months, something like that,
Something like
together.
that.
And so I've seen you off and on, and I can see that each time we have a conversation, your vocabulary skills are growing. That's something that you focus on a lot. But as far as like where you were at from the very beginning, I wouldn't know. You would know if you feel more comfortable with the language.
More
But for
confident.
me, yeah, for me, it sounds like you're able to express yourself. You question, you are curious, and you also ask questions like have and have, which is good. It's important, especially because you are using an application and maybe it's not a live person, maybe it's a robot, right? Or
Yeah.
something, and it's not the same as like someone personal like me, right? A person that can tell you this is how a word should be said, or what you might need to work on, or helping you gain your confidence because you're actually speaking with a human. And so, of
Exactly.
course, it's good help. Yeah, the application is good additional help. Yeah, it's
Exactly.
good practice.
But it's not the same.
Exactly.
The best way if you want to learn the language is speaking.
Uh huh. Exactly. Speaking with a native speaker
And
as well.
native speakers, exactly.
I think it's also important. Someone that's lived in a country where they speak English, right? Whether
Yeah,
it be America, United States, or United Kingdom, England, or South Africa, Australia, because it's English as their first language most often. Yeah.
yeah. In pronunciation, for example, before I used to say native,
Hmm.
and now I say native.
Yeah,
See,
because of course it's the vowel sounds. Yeah, Spanish, Latin, native is like Spanish
next finish.
accent. But now we know A-E-I-O-U, right? Native.
Yeah, I was smiling some a few minutes before, or how
Uh-huh.
you say, as a few minutes uh,
Ago.
ago. Yeah.
Hmm.
Uh-huh. Because I saw your three mouths,
Ah, my three.
your earrings.
Ah, yeah. My earring. I didn't even realize.
Now you
When
have
I
three
forgot.
mouths.
I have three mouths. Yeah. Ah, that's true. I totally forgot about my earrings. I'm wearing mouth earrings. They're fun. Yes,
Why?
I like.
Why you decided
I
for
I
that
saw
option?
them. I saw them,
Okay.
Juan, and I thought that I had to have these earrings because they're very unique. Yeah, nobody has these earrings, and for me, I think the mouth is a very cool feature on our bodies because it allows
Mm-hmm.
us to create sounds, create words. Yeah, so I
Wow.
love the mouth.
I love
Mouth, ear.
I love
I think,
it.
of course, the five senses, right? Mouth, ear, eyes, hands, touch, right? Five senses. We come five senses. You know this, yeah? Juan, five senses.
Uh-huh.
The five
Yeah,
senses.
five senses. What is the most weird, the most earning weird that you have?
The most weird earrings that I have.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe these ones because my other
Okay.
ones they're a little bit more colorful. I love to wear earrings. One different colors, like long earrings, maybe studs. Yeah,
I
uh,
like because it's different, unique.
yeah, it's very unique. Yeah, some people they will wear the same earrings every day, and for me, I like to add something different because maybe my clothes don't change so much, and so my earrings they change. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like the
So
watches?
watches, I've never been a big fan of one. That's
Okay.
something I tried when I was in college, high school, and in college because my mom she bought me a nice watch to help me tell time because I was always busy,
Yeah.
and she bought me a very nice watch, beautiful, yeah, colorful, but I never found it useful. I never was a person that looked at my watch to see, what time it is. I always like either felt that it was somewhere I need to be or somewhere I need to go, or of
Hmm.
course using the phone. Yeah, we use the phone a lot to check the time.
Yeah.
You,
I had five watches.
uh huh.
Yeah,
I
but
think
go ahead.
I think for men, Juan, watches are like a special accessory, like earring. Wow, Juan, look at you, gold watch, gold watch.
Yeah, this is like what is the word for old things?
Uh huh.
Classic, classy,
Classic. Mm-hmm.
classic,
Classy. Yeah,
vintage.
yeah. We say classy. Classy.
Classy.
Classy
What's mean
watch.
classy? Okay,
It
classy. It's
mhm.
not classic. Classic.
It's like classic, yeah. It's a root word from classico, from classic, right? It's like another way of saying elegant, classy,
Okay.
stylish, right? So classy is just an adjective, and your watch is very classy. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the old things, the vintage
Vintage,
things.
yeah.
Vintage or vintage?
Yeah, vintage.
Vintage.
Vintage, yeah.
Vintage.
Yeah, vintage. I like the
Yeah.
style too.
Now I have just three watches.
Uh-huh.
One was the
The,
mage. Another I gave one to my brother.
what was the other one, Juan? A
The
midge?
mage. The I will type for you.
Okay. The midge.
Damage.
Damaged.
Damage.
Damaged. Yes, Juan, of course. You were describing the watch to me. I thought you were describing like the brand or something.
Okay.
Ah, damaged. Yeah, it was
Damage.
broken, damaged. Yeah, ruined.
Broken.
Mm-hmm.
Broken.
Yeah. We might say ruined too, Juan. Yeah, ruined.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What is the word for things that you use in your hand? Like
Bracelets.
bracelets?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Bracelets. Yeah. It's like for men you have the watches, yeah.
Okay.
And sometimes men, like my husband, he wears bracelets too. My husband, he has bracelets. But not so many like me. I have a lot. I have a collection problem, Juan, with
Wow.
bracelets and necklaces. Yeah, I love necklace. I can't just wear one. I have to wear three. And the problem is because maybe people they give them to me as gifts and I want to wear them all the time, right? And so I feel bad if I only have one bracelet on or one necklace on. And so instead I put everybody's necklaces and bracelets on. So everyone is happy as one.
Do you do yoga?
Uh-huh. I do yoga,
Wow.
I do running, I do meditation a little bit, one, but not so serious. Like some people, they
Okay.
practice it every day or something. I don't do it every day.
How do you feel living at the beach?
I love it. That's why I'm here. Juan. I think some people they chase like mountains or they chase desert or they chase the city. For me, I chase the beach. So I look anywhere that I go. I grew up in San Diego, so I was near the beach there, maybe 10, 15 minutes driving. And even when I traveled after Zambia, I was traveling to places.
Zambia.
Yeah,
Wow.
I lived in Zambia for 3 years. When I was there, living in a village where I was teaching English as a second language. So I had to learn the language there. It's called Kaonde, which is like a mixture of Portuguese, of French, of
Okay.
Spanish, of African. So it's a language of everything. And so I spent 3 years there, Juan. But there was no beach. We only had rivers and lakes in Zambia
Okay.
because it's more inland. It's not a coastal country.
Okay. And why did you come back?
I missed my family. I wanted to see my family. Yes, I think after 3 years, I hadn't seen them. Had never traveled back to the U.S. to visit them, or they didn't come to see me. And so I thought it was time for me to return, say hello to my family, and then I decided to continue traveling to different countries to teach English as a second language.
Wow.
hmm And so, yeah,
So no English is good for you.
yes, it's something I feel good to talk in, like talk with
Mm-hmm.
people
And you can teach to other
and to
people.
teach it. Yeah, of course, basics, Juan, because I'm not like an English teacher, like
Mm-hmm.
focusing on grammar, very technical English language, because I didn't specialize in this, but I specialize in English as a second language.
Would you
So
like to work at a school?
I did. I worked in
Wow.
kindergarten. I worked in elementary, primary school, and I worked in high schools to teach English as a second language. And so I've done all levels. And then just before the pandemic, 1 year
Mm-hmm.
before the pandemic, I started to teach adults online. And so that's why I'm here. 3 years later,
And
yeah, more than three
wow.
years later.
How was your childhood in two languages?
It was very special. I think
Wow.
growing up in America, where English was commonly spoken, but in our home it was Spanglish,
Okay.
very unique language because my mom was learning English. She was speaking English and Spanish to me. My father was the one that did not learn any English. He doesn't really even understand in
So
even
far?
more. Still, yeah, my father
Still.
won.
Still
Still,
now.
more than 30 years he's been living in United States and he does not speak English
Wow. Why?
because he never felt the need to. He works with other Mexicans, other Mexicanos, and only speaks Spanish. He's a landscaper. He never needed to learn English to talk with anyone because all of our family, all of our friends, they are Spanish speakers. Even when we go to the grocery stores, we go to the Mexican markets, and so it's
That
like
that's
that.
so cool because you don't 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 miss a lot your country.
That's right. My father is a home, a feeling of home in another country, right?
Mm-hmm.
He
Exactly.
never left Mexico. His mind is still in Mexico. Of course,
Wow.
he migrated to U.S. for a better life before he met my mother, of course, because they met later when they were adults. They met and they got married and they didn't migrate together. Of course, my mom came with her parents to the U.S. and she learned English. My father was the one that never went to school. He didn't go to school even here in Mexico. He went to I think only grade two. He went to second grade. After that, he didn't finish because they sent him to the ranch, to the farms. Yeah, and
Okay.
so yeah, that's why he never learned English because even in the school where they might have been able to teach him a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
even here in Mexico, they didn't. He didn't complete. So
Wow.
different lifestyle, yes, one.
Different lifestyle, exactly.
Yeah.
And what food does your family cook at home?
Most a variety. I will say variety, Juan, mixture of things,
Okay.
but mostly like Mexican style rice,
Wow.
beans, tortillas. Because my father he likes this. He likes the traditional. He eats tortillas with every meal, even with pizza. He will eat some tortillas maybe on the side because it's like for him he likes it. And chiles, lots of chiles,
Wow.
jalapenos. Yeah. So
And did you have friends who came to your house for food?
like family and friends from Mexico.
No, I mean your yeah. What's the word?
or,
Your
or like
companions?
yeah, like my friends from school. You mean?
Your friend from school?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
I had actually Juan. I went to a school where it was mostly immigrants, mostly people
Uh-huh. Ah,
from
okay. I
Africa,
got it.
from Mexico, from Asia.
Mm-hmm.
But Juan, I did have one friend. He was American. He was probably the only American um, friend that I really had
Mm-hmm.
growing up, because most of my friends were different backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
And he came to my home one time, few times growing up in high school,
Okay.
and he met my parents. Of course, my father, he didn't speak any Spanish,
Mm-hmm.
and it was
Wow.
always, yeah, it was always very funny because they thought, who is this guy? You know, this Americano, like what we say, gringo, right? Like this guy coming into a home, because he was kind of like my boyfriend. Yes, one, he was my boyfriend, and
Okay.
yeah, so it was always funny because they thought that I was going to get married to a gringo, you know, like American.
Okay.
And so, but yeah, he was just a good friend of mine. And then eventually we went to college, university together, and he's
Wow.
still one of my good friends. But yeah, growing up, I had people from Africa, from Asia, from Mexico, from Panama. I had a lot of Panamanian friends, actually.
Do you still talk to her?
Yeah. And she speaks Spanish, so when
Wow.
yeah, when she would come over, she got along very well with my father, because she was Africana. She was black, black
Okay.
skin, very dark colored, and she would speak Spanish, and people would think, "Wow, where did you come from?"
Yeah.
So it's interesting when people have different skins, different backgrounds, but sometimes there's one language that can unite us, whether it's English or Spanish.
Yeah.
I hear your dogs. Juan.
Yeah. Ahorita voy.
They're th- they're in the office with you.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
were
it's,
in
it's
your
my
office.
wife.
Ah, okay.
One
Yeah,
second,
your wife,
please.
your wife with your dogs.
Mm-hmm. That's why.
That's good. They're coming inside. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. One second, please.
Yes.
What do you think? What's your opinion about the new social media, the new apps
Like
like
which one?
TikTok?
Uh
Not
huh.
it's not new, but TikTok, for example, Kawaii, Kawaii.
TikTok is big in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
TikTok, yeah. It's something that even my nephew, he loves it. He
Okay.
loves TikTok. I don't
But about
have,
you?
yeah, I don't have a TikTok one.
Okay.
I barely have Facebook. I barely have Instagram.
Okay.
Those are my only two
How
social
many
medias.
how many followers do you have?
I think in total, in my Instagram, I think I have about 680 followers, 680
Okay.
plus. But they're all my friends, people that I've met. It's not like random people. I know some people, they have thousands of followers,
Is it
millions
a
of followers.
public, what's the word?
Yeah,
Configuration?
my Instagram is public, but I do get a notification when someone follows me, and if it's like a weird person, then I usually don't allow,
Okay,
right?
okay.
Or I remove it.
Your
But
your privacy.
yeah, exactly. But I don't make my profile private, because I feel that I'm not afraid to share what I have. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't post things that are very private anyway. So most of it's like my art or pictures of my cats, for example.
Oh.
And so it's nothing like I'm afraid to share. Right. One. But I know our
Okay.
time is almost up. So
Okay. Thank
see
you.
you
Thank you
next time, Juan.
for this
Yeah,
talk.
of course. I'll see you soon. Enjoy
Okay.